Peace to the family, peace to the family. Peace to the family, how we feeling? Oh man, as y'all can see, man, I don't have no neck brace on. This last few days was like going through hell, I'm not gonna lie. But I learned a lot. I had a neck injury for the last maybe like 5 days, and I tried every single thing that I could possibly try on it, you know, but nothing was working for real. At least it felt like it wasn't working, because what I had to learn during this situation is I had to learn to let go. You know, I've been like learning to let go, I think, is the most important thing right now, because in my shoulders, in my neck, I hold on to so much. Like I really be trying to figure out how to almost force change in the world, and that's not the way it works. You know, God is power and force, but it's also flow. You feel me? And so, you know, I'm in my bag now to where when I was set down and all I had was time to think. And I'm not talking about regular thinking. I'm talking about deep thinking. Right? I'm not talking about regular focus. I'm talking about deep focus. And a lot of times we think that we're thinking. We're thinking we're focused. But it's not deep focus. The time where you're stripped away from the world and you're in solitude and you're able to go levels and levels deep within yourself. And it's the most important time in the world, because most of us don't have that time no more. We talk about things like affordable living, but the reality of it is that it's not even affordable living anymore, because it's really just affordable housing, because most people don't have the time to live. And you ain't got the time to live, meaning that, you know, a man supposed to have time to just sit around and think. A man is an intellectual. When he is robbed of his ability to think, it handicaps his motion, because now he doesn't know what to do. And when he doesn't know what to do, it stresses out his mind. And in that stress, he starts to imagine pessimistic, right, points of view. And in that pessimism, he actually becomes a prophet, right, of his own life. And he is feeding a poor reality to his imagination. So his life gets worse because he don't have time to think. And so, man, over this time, I was really just sitting down, and I did a lot of meditating. And it got me back into my bag of meditation, right? And not regular meditation. Again, I consider this the time for deep wellness. There's going to be like a lot of surface wellness. Drink a matcha, do some Pilates, walk around in yoga clothes, you know what I mean? Say these buzzwords. That's not real wellness. That's surface wellness. But deep wellness realigns you with your soul and your spirit. Deep wellness realigns your spine to your heart, to your mind, to your body. You understand me? It aligns every move that you make that is purposeful to who you are. You feel me? Deep wellness connects you at a very root level. Yoga is okay, it's good stretching, but it doesn't give you self-awareness in a manner in which deep wellness does. It's another practice upon the journey. And most people that do yoga, they're not doing deep study, right, on the roots of the knowledge that it comes from. They're not going to comedic yoga, in which the yoga practices actually come from. So there's not knowledge connected to the poses. They're just posing. So you got to go deep into everything, man. And so, you know, I've been feeling great, and I'm grateful for the downloads that came on this journey while I'm here. Because when you don't want to sit down, God will sit you down. And he will show you the error in your ways. And all you have time to do is to reflect upon what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. And he told me to go and reframe all my wrongs. He told me he said, every time you have a bad day, I want you to reimagine that day. At the end of the day, being the greatest day. Do not allow yourself to be stuck with bad memories.
What you doing, man?
Out there in the middle of the street. So, anyway, I'm not going to preach y'all ear off, but I'm feeling much better. I don't have, it's almost full mobility. There's a little more left on this side of the neck. But I tell y'all the story of what I went through, because I feel like I almost died during this journey. It was a painful experience, but in pain comes rebirth. You know, I felt like I was in a hyperbolic time chamber, like Vegeta, Goku training. I felt like I was Batman after he got beat up by Bane, and he had to climb out that hole. You feel me? That's how I was feeling. So I'm back in Gotham City, though, as you can see. You know what I'm talking about? Ready to take over. Yeah, it's okay. We ain't worked it all the way out, but I did a workout of calisthenics today. You know, so now I'm feeling good, and now I'm in Brooklyn, headed to this wellness event, because that is the renaissance we in. We are in a deep wellness renaissance, and I have some downloads that's going to change everything, and looking to get this to the world. Make sure y'all are on this tour, because it's going to be the greatest experience. You know, this tour is going to be art itself. My team is taking a heavy undertaking. It's going to be expensive to put everything together, but inshallah, if, you know, not if, but when everything's come into fruition, I think you will understand why we had to do it this way. All right? Why we had to do it this way. We got our first sponsor for the tour, so I'm happy to announce that soon. And I look forward to more sponsors coming. And what we're going to do is make sure that every sponsor that taps in gets the most out of, right, working with us, because we really respect and appreciate those who put their time and their energy and their money to help us propel our mission. So we want to definitely make sure that your business is amplified beyond even terms of agreement. You know, so shout out our sponsor that I will not name yet, but when it's time I will. Y'all have a beautiful and blessed one, and if y'all go pull up on me in Brooklyn, I'll be here for the next couple of hours. Peace to the gods.